Hello, everyone, and welcome. So, today I wanted to offer you an EFT tapping for worry and stress. Now, worry and stress are completely natural, they happen to us all. And what EFT really helps us to do is it helps us to really clear that energy out from all of our bodies, if you will, from the emotional body, from the mental body, and even from the physical body, and sometimes even from the astral body. And so, what we're going to do with this, if you're not familiar with EFT tapping or emotional freedom technique, it's totally fine. I'm going to walk you through the whole entire process and we're going to do it all together. So, before we even begin, I want you to just go ahead, close your eyes, and we're going to take 3 deep breaths together. Okay? So, ready? 1, 2, 3. Everyone, let's breathe in through the nose as deeply as you can. Holding it, and then letting it out the mouth. And then again, we're breathing in through the nose as deeply as we can, filling our diaphragm, holding it, and then just letting it out the mouth. And again, we're breathing in through the nose, holding it, and then we're going to allow out the sound, really getting us to relax a little bit. Now, what I'm going to ask you to do is I want you to really feel in your body, where are you feeling the worry, the stress, the anxiety? Are you feeling it in your arms? Are you feeling it in your chest? Are you feeling it in your stomach? Maybe your back, maybe your legs. Maybe you're like me and the stress kind of manifests in this way of feeling sleepy or feeling confused or just not being able to focus. Just wherever that is in your body or the way that you're feeling, just honor that, recognize it. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to give me a rating on that from 0 being I'm not stressed at all to 10, oh my God, I can't stop thinking about this because it's just too much for me. So just give yourself that rating. Give yourself this permission slip to really be honest and vulnerable with yourself at how you're feeling. Even if you're saying, 10 doesn't really describe it, maybe, you're at a 20. That's okay. Be honest, be open, be vulnerable with yourself. This way, you really have the permission to release it because you're actually feeling what it is that you're feeling instead of trying to kind of stopper it up. Okay, beautiful. And just give yourself that rating in your head. And now what we're going to do, for those of you that are not familiar with EFT, you are free to open your eyes. For those of you that are familiar with EFT, you can either keep your eyes open or you can close them. And we're going to start our tapping routine. So what I want you to do is I want you to lift up your non-dominant hand. For me, that is my left hand. Then I want you to lift up your dominant hand. And I want you to put up your pointer finger and your middle finger and put them together like you're saying the Scout's honor. Then I want you to go ahead and put these 2 fingers just an inch below your pinky bone. Okay? And then you can either close your eyes for this section or you can keep them open. All we're going to be doing is tapping, and I'm going to be reading off a little bit of a script that I wrote for this. So let's go ahead and let's take a deep breath. And let's go ahead and let it out. And let's begin. And you can say this out loud or you can say it in your head as we are tapping. And you can say, even though I am feeling very worried and I can't stop thinking about what might happen, I'm willing to see this situation differently. Okay, then we're going to keep tapping and we're going to say, even though I keep going into fear about what could or might happen, I am willing to choose peace. I choose peace. Then we're going to say, even though I don't know what to do or what needs to happen to make this situation better, I forgive myself and I fully hand this situation over to the divine or to your higher power, to God, whatever it is that feels good for you to say. Okay, we're going to stop tapping for a moment. We're going to take a deep breath in. We're going to let that out. Now, for those of you that are not familiar with EFT, you can go ahead and open up your eyes. And now we're going to go to the crown point, or to the head, to the top of the head. And if you don't know where that point is, it's really simple to find it. Just stick your fingers in your ears, put your hands above like this, wherever your fingers touch, or wherever your middle fingers touch, that is the tapping point for you. You can tap with both fingers or with both hands. You can tap with one hand. It's really whatever is convenient for you. And so what we're going to do is we're just going to begin, and we're going to tap at the top of the head very lightly. And we're just going to say, I am willing to release all the worry, all the stress, and all the energy that I have pent up. Now we're going to come down to the third eye point. And for those of you that aren't familiar, go ahead and open up your eyes and just see where my hand is. It's right there in between the eyebrows. We're just going to tap right there. And we're going to say, I am willing to hand this whole situation over to the divine, because I really don't know what to do and I don't know how to solve this. But I do know that there is a part of me that is within me that does know how to solve this, how to bring peace for everyone involved. Then we're going to come here to the side of the eyes. We're going to tap right there. And we're going to say, even though I don't really trust that part of myself, because I don't really interact with it a lot, I'm willing to today. I'm willing to release all the roots and all the causes of this worry. We're going to come down here to the cheekbones, right there underneath the eyes. And we're going to tap right there, and we're going to say, I am willing to release all the roots and all the causes of this worry. We're going to come here right underneath the nose, right there on the lip. And we're going to say, I am willing to release all the stress, all the anxiety that has come with me trying to figure this out on my own. We're going to come here to the chin. We're going to say, I realize me trying to figure this out all on my own has really caused me a lot of worry and a lot of stress, because I don't know what to do and I don't know how to solve this. And I'm willing to acknowledge that. And I'm willing to know that I will be helped. We're going to come here to the collarbone, and you can just tap right here on the collarbone. You can tap right here in the middle, or you can tap on the sides. Either way is fine. And we're just going to say, I'm willing to forgive myself for believing that I have to do everything by myself, that I have to solve every problem without consulting my source. Things have worked out for me so far. Sometimes they've worked out really well, and sometimes they've only worked out kind of, sort of. I'm done with things working out kind of, sort of. I'm done with feeling like I have to solve every situation by myself. I'm done projecting forward into the future on what might happen or what I should do. And I'm willing to become present here and now and ask my inner guide for guidance. We're going to come here right over the heart, and we're just going to tap kind of just in a little circle. And we're just going to say, I have this really sad story where I always have to solve every situation, and that sometimes I get help from others, sometimes I get help from the divine, but a good majority of the time, it's all up to me. And this worry of the world, this stress I have put on my shoulders is really getting to me. And I'm done with it. I'm done with this story. I'm done believing that I have to do everything by myself. Now we're going to come to the other side of the chest. And we're going to say, I'm willing to drop this old story. And I'm willing to drop the worry. And I'm willing to drop all my vain imaginings of what I think might happen. And I'm willing instead to choose peace. I'm willing instead to choose to forgive myself. We're going to come here to the center of the chest. And we're going to just take a deep breath as we're tapping. And we're just going to say, all this worry, all this stress, it's only keeping me from my own happiness. All this worry, all this stress is keeping me from the answers that are right there for me, ready for me to claim. I'm going to take another deep breath. We're going to stop tapping for a moment. We're going to breathe deep. And now we're going to come to the top of the head, and we're going to tap again at the top of the head, and we're just going to say, I am willing to love, honor, and accept myself. I am willing to forgive myself. I'm going to come down here to the third eye point, and we're going to say, I'm willing to see this whole situation differently. I'm willing to see it through the eyes of peace. And we're going to come here to the side of the eyes, and we're going to say, I release all the roots and all the causes of this worry and stress. We're going to come here to on the cheeks, and we're going to say, I am willing to release all the roots and all the causes of this stress. And then we're actually going to come here to the center of the chest, and we're going to tap right there, and we're just going to say, Divine, I am done with this worry. I'm done with this stress. All I'm doing is sitting in a rocking chair going back and forth and not really going anywhere. And I'm done with that. So I'm going to stop rocking in the rocking chair. I'm going to stand up. And I am going to move forward with your guidance, assured that I will have everything I need in order to have the most peaceful outcome. For you tell me that is your will, for all beings to be happy and free. So I free myself from this worry and this concern here and now. Deep breath. And just letting it out. So you all have done a wonderful job. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for being here. And you are more than welcome to do that again and again as many times as you need to. Have a wonderful rest of your day and rest in the peace. Knowing that when I say rest in peace, I mean rest in that divine part of you. Rest in the belief, the knowledge that you are not alone, that you are comforted by the divine, because all it wants for you is to really be happy. So thank you again.